guys, and welcome to my channel. My name is Sonja. If this is your first time stopping by, today I'm sharing with you 3 different meals, dinner ideas. These were all brand new for us, and I'm happy to report they were all received very well, so I will be making them again. So without further ado, let's get started. The soup that I'm making today is a lentil vegetable soup, and I got a recipe off of A Bowl Full of Lemons story. So I will post a picture right here of the recipe. And I'm not sure whether she has it posted in her highlights, but if you want to check it out, she has a great Instagram and a blog. So go check her out, give her a follow if you like what you see. So I'm making a double batch as usual because if I'm gonna make a soup, I want to make enough so I have tons for the freezer, so if I want to eat it at a later date, I can without actually going through the whole process of making it again. And soups do taste very good when they're frozen and thawed out because I find the flavors blend even more. So for this lentil soup, you will need onions. So I'm going to tell you what you'll need as far as a single batch, not a double batch. So you'll need an onion, 1 head of cauliflower, 5 to 6 potatoes, the red ones, 3 carrots shredded, and half a head of cabbage shredded. Then you need a bag of frozen kale. I am using spinach. I'm just using whatever I have left here. And then you need 2 cups, I think, cup and a half of lentils. I have a double batch, obviously, and you want to pre-cook the lentils. So the way to do that is you don't boil them. You bring them to a simmer and then simmer them for 20 minutes. You don't want to boil them because you don't want them to pop. I think I did mine a little bit too long. So the first step is, that was the first step. The second step is preheating the oil. Oh, and you also need 2 cartons of vegetable broth. I am using my homemade chicken broth, just because that's what I have. So I'm preheating the oil, and then I'm going to add my onions, saute them for a little bit, and then the next step will be the potatoes, carrots, and cabbage. So here it is. I'm going to cook this for a little bit before I add the broth. 3 to 4 minutes until cabbage is tender, and then you want to add your lentils, your broth, your Greek seasoning, which I made myself, and I can link up the recipe down below. I like to make my own seasoning mixes. The lentils and the broth in here, and now I'm going to add 1 tablespoon. I'm gonna add 2 tablespoons, but for one single batch, 1 tablespoon of Greek seasoning. So at this point, you're going to bring it to a simmer and simmer it for 20 minutes. And then you're going to add broccoli and kale, or in my case, spinach. So the soup has been simmering now for 20 minutes, and I will be adding my broccoli in now. And you need 1 head. I have 2 here. And then all of my spinach. I'm going to simmer it for about 5 minutes, just until the spinach is wilted. You don't want to overcook the broccoli. You want it to be crunchy. And then I'm going to add salt to taste. And that's it. And as you can see, I have a lot of soup here. For dinner tonight, we are having meatballs in a marinara sauce, and for that you need 2 pounds of ground meat. I am using lean ground beef, 2 teaspoons of minced garlic, and then in here I put down 2 teaspoons of onion powder, half a teaspoon Italian seasoning, half a teaspoon black pepper, half a teaspoon cayenne pepper, and half a teaspoon crushed red chili flakes. And you also need Parmesan right here, an egg, and then half of this will go into the meat and half will go on top of the meat. So now I'm going to mix up my meat, put all the ingredients in and mix it up. Making little meatballs using a small scoop from Pampered Chef and just rolling them out. I had preheated the oven to 400 and I oiled the pan just a little bit before I put the meatballs in, and now they're gonna go into the oven for about 20 minutes. For the sauce, I am making my own, and I'm just using these strained tomatoes, and I have some crushed tomatoes as well that I'm gonna throw in. Some crushed red pepper, basil, oregano, fresh garlic, and some salt. And I'm just gonna add all that in and mix it up, bring it to a boil, and I'll see if I have a recipe similar to mine that I will link down below for you guys to see. So I have totally forgot to show you. I took it out, poured sauce over it, put some Parmesan and mozzarella, and then put it back in the oven for 20 minutes. And I'm serving it for myself and my husband with zucchini. Kids are having some pasta and a Caesar salad. For dinner tonight, I am making pesto chicken with some pesto vegetables, and I'm kind of putting together my own recipe. I will link down a recipe that kind of inspired this, but I kind of did my own thing. So for the recipe, you'll need chicken. So I have 4 giant chicken breasts. This is probably enough for 2 days here. And then I am going to cover it up with pesto, some tomatoes, and Parmesan. And I also made a seasoning mixture with some crushed peppers, black pepper, salt, and garlic. So I'm going to season my chicken, and then I'm going to assemble it before I put it in the oven, and I'm preheating the oven at 400. So here it is. So I covered it with seasoning, then I pesto, then I sliced up tomatoes and covered sprinkled Parmesan cheese over it, and it's going to go into the oven. I'm going to cover it up into the oven until chicken reaches at least, I think it's what's the chicken? Hold on. 165 of internal temperature. For the veggies, I'm just using some peppers, zucchini, and red onion. I'm pretty much just using up whatever I have left over in my fridge because I'm going grocery shopping today, so this is what I had left over from the previous week. And I'm going to cut them up, and then I'm going to season them with salt and pepper and sprinkle them with Parmesan. I was going to put some pesto in, but because the chicken breasts were so big, I used up all the pesto on the chicken. So this will be just Parmesan-y vegetables. So here are the veggies. I had seasoned them with some salt and pepper, and I just add a little bit of parm and olive oil. Now they're going to go in the oven to roast. There's a lot of them, so I'm sure there's going to be leftovers for tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed these. Let me know if you're going to be trying any of them or planning on trying any of them, or you've tried them before. So until next time, I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and thank you